Hey everyone, have I here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we are going to be doing something I should have done probably about a week ago, but this is going to be the full breakdown with some fun little team builds for the Carnival Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And a lot of you guys are still asking for this, so I was like, okay, I might as well make it. I didn't want it to be another LR Super Saiyan 4 full power Goku situation where I just said, I don't feel like just creating one. It's pretty cut and dry what the teams are going to be. In this case, I feel the same way, but I figured there's nothing to really talk about, so I figured I'd just go ahead and make this quick video here. So first and foremost, let's talk about the card arts. I think this is one of the most cool looking card arts, SSR and TUR, especially with 3 characters on there. It looks great. The colors, the hues, everything looks incredible. I think they did an overall good job. Even much more so, of course, when you see the LR, the animated LR is pretty amazing. And I think overall they did an extremely good job. So here is the unit in of itself. Let's go ahead and look at the stats first. 24,000 in HP, which is really strong. Attack could have been higher, but what this unit just does with the 17,555 attack, if you make it any stronger, it would be absolutely broken as it is already right now. And then an extremely high defense of 17,313. When you look at the unit closer, of course this is a Carnival featured unit here as an LR. It is a 200% lead for Super Saiyans, and when you do look at the Super Saiyans category, it's pretty good, but there's still a very limited amount of units that are currently what's the word I'm looking for, relevant, that you can use in like the end game and things of that nature. Now, the super attack, the 12 key, greatly raises attack for 3 turns and causes colossal damage to the enemy. So no boost in defense there, given that you do have a huge opportunity to do multiple super attacks with this unit here. And then the 18 key ultra super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns and causes mega colossal damage to enemies. So this is where you're gonna get your boost. And you can mini stack it, right? So you can have a 3-turn build up and mini stack this defense here, which is a 50% boost, which is really strong. So the passive skill, a very simplistic passive skill, a little bit long, you can kind of see here, but generally speaking, it's pretty basic. You do have entrance animation, which provides you attacks effective against all types and reduces damage for 30% by 30% for 5 turns from the character's entry when there's another 2 or more Super Saiyans or movie hero categories allies on upon the character's entry there. So you got to make sure that you either have movie heroes or Super Saiyans on the team so that it can go ahead and do its entrance animation. So that's generally not going to be really kind of an issue there. So but the rest of the stats here, again, very basic here. Key plus 3 attack and defense 180%. That's standard now these days. Plus an additional attack and defense 130% when attacking. And then an additional key plus 3 per int key sphere obtained. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to int key spheres, or int key spheres excluded, to int key spheres when there's another Super Saiyan or movie heroes category ally attacking in the same turn. So that's important there as well. And then launches an additional attack and has a high chance of becoming a super attack with every key sphere obtained, up to 3 additional attacks. So this is really where it's really strong. So you got to make sure you're always getting at least 3 key spheres, so you have this opportunity to do multiple super attacks. And if you're able to do that, that's when you become just extremely stronger and stronger as you kind of, like I said, do a little mini stack up here on the 12 key. You do have an active skill of the Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan here. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes all sorts of damage to enemy, and then in that turn all attacks become criticals. That's extremely strong there. And then the activation condition is can be activated when all allies attacking the same turn of Super Saiyans in the category starting from the 3rd turn, or just basically wait until the 6th turn and you can go ahead and activate this active skill here. Link skills, very good link skill. Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, experienced fighters, prepare for battle, fierce battle, and then legendary power. Limited categories. I wish they had like 2 or 3 more on here. Categories are Transformation Boost, Join Forces, Movie Heroes, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, Final Trump Card, Connected Hope, and then Power of Wishes. So again, when you read this, it's like, okay, that's, you know, interesting, has some really neat things, but when you actually play this unit, it's an extremely broken unit, especially as you do more and more super attacks. The damage output for this unit is incredibly powerful. So let's go ahead and move into the rest of the breakdown here and talk about some teams. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at links. And interestingly enough, like I said, the links for the LR Carnival Super Saiyans here, they're really good. There's a lot of units that you can actually run, and it's going to link up very good. Generally, you're going to run most of your units and your rotations with a unit that's going to give at least 5 links, right? So again, that's hugely beneficial. I think overall you're going to have zero issues. Now, for some apparent reason, if you aren't, you know, capturing some int orbs for some reason, you might have some key issues. You know, maybe getting to your 18 key, but generally speaking, I don't have that kind of issue, especially if you're running like a full Super Saiyan team, right? So, so when you're actually building the teams here, I didn't really do too much, right? I'm just focusing on just the Super Saiyan team here, and as you can see, the Super Saiyan team, you know, is pretty good overall. Like, I can switch out, I can probably put this over here if I want to have more links, right? If you want to have 7 links. To maybe the 5 links with the trunks there, so you can kind of switch things out and kind of move things around here. Now, you have some support options versus the Super Saiyan Goku, the Strength Carnival Goku there as well. But ultimately, I think the team that you're running here is going to be a super strong team, especially if you're running with the Worldwide Celebration Future Gohan, right? That unit is incredibly strong. And then you're going to have a secondary rotation either with Godku, either with the Spirit Bomb Z unit, the Spirit Sword Trunks, or Godku. So really great options to have. Now, do I wish I had more options on support? Sure, but ultimately, you know, this being a 200% single category team, you really don't have too many options, right? Again, you can just kind of move these around, and you're just going to be, you know, just fine. Now, of course, these 2 units here, you need them to have a multiple super attack so you can build up. So that can be an issue there, and then also, you know, this unit here, you need orbs. Definitely very orb hungry when you got to make sure you're gonna, you know, capture your 6 orbs, etc, right? So so ultimately, again, this team is, I think, very strong. Will it make it into the best teams in the top 10? I'm not sure quite yet, but it does have a lot of strengths when it comes to the standalone team. Now, you know, can I bump a couple teams down? I might be able to. So, but ultimately, this does have a lot of good options. Now, this is something I normally don't do, is I don't show like other teams that you're going to be running on. And really, the only other team I think it's going to be a great team that you can run on is Power of Wishes. And Power of Wishes, it's important for you to make sure that you have the 2 Super Saiyans or movie heroes on the team, because if you don't, you're not going to have that opportunity to get that additional buff, right? So so that's key, that you should either be bringing or running the one of the Super Saiyans or movie heroes on the same rotation. You can do something of that nature, because if you are going to be running this on main rotation, then you are going to have a rotation where you're going to have Bulma, you know, on that rotation, and she's neither Super Saiyan or movie heroes. So when you go back over here, you're not going to get this this boost right here, which is the key +3, right, per key sphere, and then randomly changing key spheres when a Super Saiyans or movie heroes category is attacking the same turn. So you have to just watch out for that. So for example, if you're going to be maybe running on something like this, kind of the same scenario, right? You might have to take this unit out and put this unit here, So, or you're going to run one of these units like Piccolo on that, but Piccolo needs a Master of Bond and the Disciple to activate theirs as well. So you just kind of have to move things around, making sure that you do have the correct rotations that can work well. Even though these guys link very well, these guys aren't movie heroes or Super Saiyans, right? Even though they link well. So you can't generally run Bulma on the main rotation there. So something like this, is going to look a little bit better than if you ran the Super Saiyan, this Spirit Bomb Z unit on there, because you're going to have at least that Super Saiyan or movie heroes in that main rotation. Same thing goes with here. You might have to switch this up, right, where you're going to do this, or you're going to bring Bulma over here, but then again you're going to have another rotation here. So it's not as optimal, right? And so you do have to watch out for those situations where you go, okay, one rotation, if I don't run this correctly, I'm not going to be able to get that orb change, right? So again, much different here, where everybody is going to be Super Saiyans or better. Actually, I just realized I can't put this unit on here. This isn't Super Saiyans on here, so I got to remove this one right here. So that was a mistake on my end. Some of you guys already have yelled at me there. So let's either you can put in the Gohan, or you can put in two Super Saiyan Gokus on here, which still works fine, especially if you're running in a separate rotation on there. So I just realized that actually just messing around here in the Super Saiyan 3s, for some reason I had them on Super Saiyans on there, which would have been nice if they were, right, if they were available on that team, on the Super Saiyans team, right? So anyway, so yeah, I made that adjustment on there, so the team's gonna look something like this versus what I had beforehand. Yeah, and you can move some of these other units down here below into that same spot. But remember, you don't want to run both of these in the same rotation, as this Strength Carnival Goku, he is a support unit, a defensive support unit, whereas the Carnival Super Saiyan Goku, the tech one, is more of a tank aspect of it all. So again, enough of me blabbing along here. I just wanted to make this really quickly. Does this fall into the top 10? I'm not too sure. We will find out in probably the next couple of days, probably closer to Christmas here, but I'll go ahead and do best teams. But if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.